Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over a pretty entertaining article titled, Polyamorous Dating is a Disaster. No, I don't want to be your friends with benefits. And guys, this article is written by a woman, and she is what seems to be middle-aged, so I'm guessing probably her 40s, and she's complaining throughout the entire article how pretty much the polyamorous lifestyle is not what it's cracked up to be. And in her words here in the title, a disaster. And you're going to see here how she and her husband, they've been married for like 20 years, so I'm guessing she's probably in her 40s, something like that. And one thing led to another, and they started to have an open relationship and do a polyamorous lifestyle. And she's complaining left and right. She's complaining because so many guys, they just want to hook up and, pump and dump. Which, guess what? If you are letting people know that you are having an open relationship and that type of lifestyle, what do you expect them to think? Or guys actually want to have a relationship, and she doesn't want that either. So there's no making her happy. And I'm doing this, guys, just as a entertaining way to show you guys how, let's be honest here, a lot of women, you can't make them happy. And they don't know what they want. They can't make up their minds. And I don't need to go and elaborate anymore, but you're going to see my point here. And I'm going to have a good time reading this and pointing out the just ridiculous mindset that's going on here. But guys, no matter what, we are truly living in Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. Because I just can't imagine a time period of my parents or grandparents when this stuff, with the exception of maybe the 70s, this type of thing was going on, becoming more and more about the open relationship, open marriages, stuff like that. It's just boggles my mind. But anyhow, jumping right into it, it says, she says, It feels like I've aged 4 decades over the last 4 years of a polyamorous dating. When my husband and I decided to open up our marriage after almost 20 years of monogamy, it was exciting. Neither of us had much dating experience before we married, and we felt like this was our chance to explore dating and other kinds of relationships. So let me stop there. She said how my husband and I decided to open up our marriage. For many of you guys who have been watching me for a while, I'm sure you all noticed in all these stories, it's not the husband whose idea it is to open up the marriage and have some other dude bone his wife. It's the wife. Every time. Okay? Because I can't imagine any guy going to his woman and pretty much his wife saying that he wants this. Okay? But it's always the wife that does this, or the girlfriend. And the guy, typically because he's fearful of losing her, why I can't imagine, he's fearful of losing her, will reluctantly go along with this. And of course, to no problem, boom, she's got dudes left and right, because even just an average looking gal can get guys. And if she's above average looking, no problem. But for guys, it's not so easy. And usually, they already have guys already on deck, so to speak, to have fun in relations with. So I have a hard time buying this was just, they both mutually happened to agree this at the same exact time. And notice, she claimed that she didn't have a whole lot of dating experience, a lot of fun time before they got married. So the whole idea that these gals that might be virgins will stay true forever is complete nonsense. Anyway, had to get that out there. She says, at first, it was a very positive experience for both of us. We began dating other people with varied success. Translation, you had a lot of success and he had little success. I wasn't naive. I knew dating was hard and full of ups and lots of downs, but polyamory put a whole new twist on things. I believe in my heart that I am polyamorous, and it's the lens through which I see love and relationships. Lady, just admit it. Just spell it out that you love sausage. You love sausage, and you want to taste a whole lot of sausage in your town. Don't give me this, I believe in my heart shit. It feels so right to go into a relationship knowing I can maintain my autonomy and no one will try to take ownership of me. Well, where'd she get that from? The feminist movement? There is no endgame expectation like moving in together or getting married. We can just follow our hearts. And I love being free to follow my heart if another relationship opportunity presents itself, as is my partner. Translation, she finds new sausage she wants to taste. The problem is that the polyamorous community where I live has a strong undercurrent of casual dating versus people wanting strong, lasting relationships. I do see examples of these strong relationships, ones where both partners work through their issues and see it as an investment in one another. But it's so rare here. I've been dating in this community for 4 years now, and I've yet to match with someone who even wanted this kind of relationship. I've met many men who said they wanted it, but their actions showed otherwise. You mean that you put it out there that you're open to hooking up and all that? And plenty of guys were like, cool, no problem. And they hit and run. What do you expect guys to do? Guys that are going to be into that are going to very easily just, hook up, move on, next. End of story. I mean, seriously, what did you expect? She says here, the serial daters never stopped looking for new partners, having 4 and 5 relationships and still lurked on dating sites. Then there were the ones who complained about how hard it is to find a real intimacy when we first met, but after we started seeing each other, they told me they thought we were just friends with benefits. Well, isn't that kind of what it is? Unless she's looking for someone to have another relationship with, like a deep, meaningful thing, but then why couldn't you have that with your husband? And if you don't have that with your husband and you're looking for that, why don't you guys just break up? There's an idea. Unless doesn't want to lose the house, doesn't want to lose the resources, doesn't want to have to go through the embarrassment of a divorce, because, let's be honest here, most women, no matter who they are when they're younger, do one day want to get married, but they also don't want to go through the embarrassment of the divorce, okay? Unless it's perceived as being a strong empowerment thing, then that's a different thing. But why not just break up? So she's complaining that some guys want to get too close, and she's complaining that a lot of guys just want to hook up, and that's that. Well, what do you expect from this lifestyle, lady? She says, even the married guys are problematic. It's like they know how to commit when it leads to marriage, but without that goal, they seem to date aimlessly and without a desire for more. Well, that's the point. They are in a marriage, so they're getting that part of the relationship they need. So what they're out there doing is hooking up, as that's what people in this situation tend to do. She obviously didn't consult her open marriage manual too well. And I find a lot of guys are just straight up want a casual fling. I'm not the polyamory police, and there's nothing wrong with swinging. Hooking up isn't inherently bad. Casual relationships are fine if that's what you both want. But this doesn't feel like polyamory to me. I'm not one to obsess over titles, but what I'm looking for are like-minded people. It's hard to meet guys who are on the same page when anything involved sex or relationship with multiple people is categorized as polyamory. Can't make her happy. Can't make them happy. What did she expect? I know I keep saying that, but seriously. I'd like to know how her husband's doing this whole thing. I like to know, usually when I do these stories, guys, it usually involves the guy not wanting to do this, but he does it anyway, and he then meets a woman that doesn't want to have this lifestyle, and he leaves the wife that wanted this for her. And then all of a sudden the wife doesn't want to do the open marriage or the polyamorous lifestyle anymore. That's where I can see this going eventually. She says, I'm tired of telling polyamorous men that I want more than a hookup. That I'm not just someone to call when you hit a dating dry spell. That I'm not someone who you only message when you want to sext. I'm tired of guys who want to break my 3-date rule before having you-know-what. Not seeing the irony that there is to weed out guys who don't think I'm worth the effort to getting to know. Lady, again, you want relationships, but these guys are going to think it's just hooking up. Okay? It's like she wants to have the marriage and that relationship with her husband, and then she wants to have another guy that basically, in a way, it sounds like she wants to have like multiple marriages. She's with her husband in the house that pays the bills and all that stuff and has the roof over her head to the outside world and the family. And she was having a deep, meaningful relationship with somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. But I don't think many people in that lifestyle are into that, or at least they're pretending to be. They just want to hook up. Guys are guys. Come on here. And she also said how she doesn't want to get too close. Goes on. And I'm tired of telling them that just because we have swinger friends in common, it's not okay to assume I'm game for casual you-know-what. I've gone so far as to try dating monogamous men lately, but that ended in a predictable disaster. Most monogamous men see I'm polyamorous and think, oh, she sleeps around. They see I'm married and think it's hot that they get to bang someone else's wife. I become a fetish, not a woman. Well, that's pretty much what it is. And think about it. A guy that's a monogamous guy, let's just say he wants to have one woman, a relationship. Well, he's not going to get very serious about a woman that's doing that, hooking up with lots of dudes, or he falls for, but guess what, that she's married. Okay, a guy that wants to actually have someone that doesn't want to live that lifestyle is not going to get involved with you because he's going to have his heart broken. Duh. If the situation was reversed, you would do the same thing. She says, they assume I'm up for casual you-know-what and hookups and seem irritated when I explain polyamory to them. I actually did find a great monogamous guy recently with a very compatible view of wanting strong relationships and the work you have to be willing to put into it to make it last. We had a lot in common and had wonderful deep conversations. He knew I was married and didn't bother him. It seemed like this might work. But only a month into our relationship, he suddenly started thinking about what would happen if I met someone else. That's reasonable. I told him I wasn't looking for someone else and was very happy with how things were. But to be frank and honest, I'm polyamorous, and I can't promise I wouldn't want to pursue another relationship in the future if the circumstances were right. So you just backed up his reasons why he had concerns. He said flat out, I'm not looking for this, and this, but on the other hand, if I do meet somebody else, and I may pursue something later on down the road. Translation, when I get bored with your sausage and need new sausage, new fresh hot sausage, I'll go on to that sausage. Or if I can find a guy that does it for me better, or maybe makes more money or something like that. That was too much for him. We talked and cried and tried to find a way we could both feel happy and not compromise ourselves. But finally we agreed we could not. Yeah, and of course she doesn't want to have a friends with benefits situation with him, so it's either her way or the highway. At this point, I feel damned either way. Well, there are people that probably think she is damned. I stopped dating for the most part, and I'm focusing on myself and living my best life. That's what they all say when they're fed up with men in the world. I'm going to focus on myself. I don't need another partner to be polyamorous, but I'll be ready if the right guy comes along. So, leaving an advertisement out there, all sausage may apply. But anyhow, guys, this is a quick article. I came across this morning when I was looking through different things I'm going to cover over the next few days. And sometimes I put these things up. I thought that'd be pretty fun here. But like I said, guys, we're in Sodom and Gomorrah Part 2, or Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. This is the world today. I mean, this is going on. And again, I wish she mentioned her husband. I'd like to know what was going on with him behind the scenes, but you can't make him happy, no matter what the situation is. Guys just want to hook up. She's not happy. Guys actually kind of want to get serious, but are a little worried that she may go for somebody else. That can't make her happy. All these different types of scenarios here. The married guys don't make her happy. The single guys want just one woman, God forbid. Old school. That doesn't make her happy. And yet complain. At the end of the day, I'm going to work on myself. You know, I don't know anybody to my knowledge that are in these types of open relationships, open marriages, polyam, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I got to admit, I'm curious. So guys, any of you guys out there watching this, if you do it yourself, if you're in part of an open relationship, open marriage, polyam, whatever you want to call it, and you don't mind comment in the comment sections. I'm sure that many guys out there watching this, they're curious. Mention what it's like, what you've experienced, whether you do it now presently or you've done in the past. Or any women that watch me and are so daring to combat that lifestyle. It'll be very interesting to hear. But anyhow, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below and what you think about this. And again, like I said, just by all means, comment away if you were a part of this lifestyle or know somebody in that lifestyle. I'd like to hear about it. And also, guys, by the way, you ever come across any really good articles or really good personal stories like to share with me, things you overcome, hardships, whatever, or some crazy story that would be worth sharing on this channel, by all means, email it to me. My email is in the description and also in the About section. Send it on over. Makes less work for me to have good stuff. And I'll definitely cover it in a future video. And also, guys, if you haven't done so already, be sure to check out my other channel titled You Did What? Or excuse me, I can't even say it right. They Did What? It's a channel 100% dedicated to crazy stories every single day. We're on most days. So if you like that type of stuff and you haven't been over there, by all means, click on the link in the description. Go over there and subscribe. And you'll be able to see the other stuff I cover. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.